Hello, I'm Matthew, our Savior's principal organist. In today's devotion, I want to share with you some sounds of the harpsichord from our very own instrument here at our Savior's. Though it looks a lot like a piano, its function and its sound are quite different. First off, the strings are plucked rather than hit with a hammer. Additionally, the strings are at a much lower tension than the piano. I would say that because of all this, it functions more similar to a guitar, perhaps like an automatic guitar. I think this sets the harpsichord apart as its own instrument, not merely just an antiquated version of the piano. Nowadays, the harpsichord tends to carry a lot of musical baggage, a lot of which comes from its almost comical use to evoke an old sound, and a lot of popular music and media, movies, and the such. Rarely is it used in its full expressive function, though. It can evoke a beautiful, smooth musical line. It can be soft and delicate. Or it can be punchy and loud. Just because it has keys like the piano, it doesn't mean you can achieve those effects like you would on the piano, but ultimately, it is a beautifully expressive instrument, but on its own terms. So what does that have to do with this week's gospel reading? As we have been searching during this preaching series to learn more about the kingdom of heaven, we have come across some parables already, but this week is jam-packed full of them. We get a full 5 parables telling us about what the kingdom of heaven is like. 1, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone took and sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, but when it has grown, it is the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. 2, the kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed in with 3 measures of flour until it was all leavened. 3, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which someone found and hid. Then in his joy he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. 4, again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. On finding one pearl of great value, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. 5, again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was thrown into the sea and caught fish of every kind. When it was full, they drew it ashore, sat down, and put the food into baskets, but threw out the bad. So it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come out and separate the evil from the righteous and throw them into the furnace of fire, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I noticed that Jesus is not telling us what we need to do to access the kingdom of heaven, but each parable starts with him clearly stating that this is going to be a characteristic of the kingdom of heaven. This rather abstract and unknowable concept of heaven is being translated for us. I know my vision of the kingdom of heaven comes with a lot of baggage. Harps and angels and clouds and pearly gates, baggage. Things that can blind me from hearing Jesus' words here today. Try and toss away that baggage and hear them anew on Sunday. They are not instructions. They are not a warning. They aren't even rules. Hear what Jesus came to give all the world in his parables. You can also practice throwing away that baggage today as you listen to Les Barricades Mystérieuses by François Couperin. A beautiful flowing and churning piece written for harpsichord that I think transcends any baggage with harmonic and textural beauty.